Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing my Afl Evolution 2 wishlist, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I cannot be more excited for this game, but there are definitely a couple things I really hope they add into the game. These things were definitely missing in the last game, and I think the last game was definitely a massive success, so adding these things into the game will even get a lot more people to buy it, and one of those things is an actual story for the My Career mode. I think this would definitely be really cool because we actually can get more gameplay. I just think more people are definitely going to play if you do that. Some of the stories obviously could be maybe your player is, gets injured when he's 18 and he has to fight his way to get back onto the AFL Scouts radar. And then maybe we could go into the VFL, start in the VFL, and that's how we can end our way up into the AFL draft. I think that would be really awesome, and yeah, there's so many different stories that they could potentially add into this game. And I mean, if they want any influence or anything from like that, just definitely go and have a look at the NBA 2K games. They usually have pretty good stories and a different story every single year. So I'm sure most of you guys, if you guys have played 2K, you definitely know what I am talking about. But yeah, I just think adding a story mode into this game would definitely be really cool and would give a lot more gameplay. But I doubt we would have voice actors and stuff like that. Maybe have voice actors, but not a voice actor for our character itself. I think they could definitely do that, and it would stick to budget, and it wouldn't cost exactly that much. They obviously have commentators come in here and there, and maybe some brief cameos from like BT and stuff like that in the story mode. Maybe BT or one of the commentators even commentates one of the games that you are playing, or you just meet him in the locker rooms. I think that would definitely be really cool. Now, the second thing I hope they add into the game is a better coach mode. Now, what I mean by that is when you actually start a coach mode, you get to simulate through the season, but you have to do it one by one, which is already annoying itself. I think something they could add is simulate to the rest of the season. Another thing they should add is obviously a good draft class. Obviously, when you're playing AFL Evolution, there are only a couple players that you can draft, and none of them are actual really real-life players unless they've been delisted by the club. For example, a couple players that always appeared on there are Marby Achol, Ivan Soldo, just players like that. You can also get a chance to get like Willie Rioli, which I think adding a couple players like that into the upcoming game, players they already know are most likely going to get drafted, would be really cool, even if they don't have a draft class. But what they could potentially do is, there's obviously a lot of fans of the game who do follow the draft, and like in 2K as well, they could potentially make their own draft class and put it into the game. They could also potentially hire Callum Toomey to make his own draft class for the game. That could also be another idea they could have. But another thing they need to add is free agency. The game doesn't really have a free agency. It has a trade period where you can trade players and do all that type of stuff, which I think that needs to be updated, the trade period itself. But adding a free agency would definitely be really cool. I know it's a little bit tricky because they don't necessarily know who's going to be a free agent at the end of the season, because obviously players definitely do re-sign, but players like Stephen Coniglio and Adam Tomlinson, they're probably going to sign maybe with their club in like September or August or something. And as I said, I expect this game to maybe come out in somewhat August or at the end of August. So they could always do weekly updates anyway if one of the players decides to re-sign with their club. But adding something like that would definitely be really cool, as it gives you a lot more flexibility when you're trying to rebuild your club, because the only thing you can really do is trade for players. There's obviously, the draft class is so weak, there's no actual, real life drafted players in there unless they've been delisted or haven't been re-signed by their club. And then obviously you can't really sign free agents unless you try and get them through the trade. So as I said, I think that would definitely be really cool and would add more gameplay for the coaches mode, because as I said, it definitely makes it a lot more harder to rebuild your club realistically when there's no actual draft class and there's no free agency. So I think adding that would make it so you can have a more realistic aspect to rebuilding your club. Another thing that I've heard a couple people actually talk about that they're hoping they should add, and I think I can see this maybe getting added, and that is MyTeam. Now, or Ultimate Builder, whatever you guys want to call it. There's pretty much, it's always got a different name, depends on what sports game you play. But basically, if you guys don't know what it is, it's pretty much where you open packs and all that stuff, and you can actually get these cards of players, and you can build your own team with those players, and you can verse other people. Now, what a lot of bad stuff about these MyTeam and Ultimate Rebuild stuff is that a lot of it contains a lot of microtransactions, and it can sometimes ruin the game that you're potentially playing. But if they can really, not make microtransactions, if they do add microtransactions even, if it's not that bad with the game and it's not full on pay to win, I could see it definitely happening. But it would be really cool, just opening packs of, it's like footy cards really, but in a video game, just opening packs and, building your team, and it's really all about luck. So I think that would definitely be a really cool idea. And in 2K, I know it's probably the second most popular mode besides my career mode. So as I said, it definitely would give them a lot more gameplay for people to do, and a lot of people would spend more time on the game. And potentially if they were to add microtransactions, which I know a lot of people hate, but it would definitely make them earn a lot more money. But who really knows? I'm pretty sure the first game didn't have microtransactions, am I right? But in the second game, if they were to add microtransactions, I definitely would not want to see it with my career mode, because that's definitely one of the problems with 2K. It's really a pay-to-win game at the moment, and I just hope that if they were to add microtransactions, AFL Evolution 2 wouldn't turn into that. But to be honest, if I had the choice, I would definitely say no microtransactions. As I said, it ruins most sporting games and is ruining most games in 2019 in general. It's just really good that a lot of gaming companies in 2019 are actually trying to get rid of microtransactions. So that's always really good. Now, one of the little things that I hope they add, and I don't know if they'll really add this into the game, but when you're actually versing friends or playing the computer, I know a lot of people get really angry at this, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this definitely have gotten angry at this before, but that's when you're actually versing the computer or playing a friend, and you're in really good position to mark the ball or spoil the ball, and it's like a 50-50, so you'd think that you'd be able to spoil the ball and the ball would come down to ground, but the game really throws it up to a 50-50, and it can, the other team can definitely really mark it, even though there'd be, no chance they can mark it. So it's really up to luck sometimes, and I hope they do get rid of that, because, you'll be, in the best position, going for the mark or the spoil, and, the player you're on will be behind you, and somehow he'll all of a sudden glitch into your body and take a specky or something, or glitch into your body and bump you, and then that's how they'll take the mark. I don't know. I know a lot of people get really angry at it, and I can't blame you. I got angry on a stream the other day, because yeah, it is quite frustrating, and it really is up to luck if you'll mark or spoil it. So I kind of hope they make it a little bit better so that the person behind me doesn't glitch into my body and somehow take the mark. But yeah, that's just a small little detail that I know a lot of people really want fixed. Now, something that I also kind of hope that, they add into the game. As I said, I was talking about a MyTeam mode early, but I just really hope they add a new mode in general. I just really hope, there's a couple things they could potentially look at. As I said, MyTeam, they could potentially add, a My League mode, which is it's like a fantasy rebuild thing, or you can make it realistic. So it's pretty much coaching mode, but it's definitely a lot better than the coaches mode, I would say. But yeah, those are just a couple of things that I think they could potentially add, but I just really hope that they get, a new mode in the game, as, yeah, I definitely would add a lot more gameplay options, and, yeah, it'd give a lot more, playing time for a lot of people who actually buy the game. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Please comment in the comment section down below, what are you guys' thoughts and opinions on my wish list, and what do you guys want to, what are you guys' wish list? I definitely would really like to hear your thoughts and opinions. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, where I'll be posting all the latest AFL Evolution 2 video, gameplay videos when the game comes out, and I recently just did a stream on there, so definitely go check that out and subscribe and hit the bell on that channel so you'll never miss a stream when I'm currently streaming. And don't forget to subscribe to my vlogging / IRL channel, link in the description down below. So you make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.